I don't care if the authority doesn't like me for it. I'm not losing the match. I'm gonna win. I'm not gonna ruin my win-loss ratio for that. I'm not even keeping track of the count live anymore. I keep track of it in editing now. And then Gerald on the YouTube comments goes through and corrects me when I inevitably get numbers wrong. He's been keeping track of every little thing you could possibly keep track of. I love those comments. I always upvote those comments. Ah, fuck. No, you can't beat me in the chain wrestling. Fuck. I clicked it. Did I click it too early? Did I click it too late? I don't know. I think you're supposed to click it just the second it shows up. Shameless plug in, DB. What are we plugging? If you get a 4-star match and you win, you'll get more SP combined than lose SP and the authority SP combined. It's really dumb. Okay, so I might as well just win then. I get more SP for it. So Retra, without giving any kind of yeah, you can only give 500 head points per day, per person. You are correct, Newfie. If you give more than that, it doesn't register. But I very much appreciate the TAD support. Actually, I should be reminding you guys more. And the way to press L1, just spam it? Oh, okay. But thank you for reminding the chat about TAD, because now that Hitbot is busted, they're gonna have to do that. Hitbot's the unofficial hitbox bot, and it's been busted for about a month. They've been working on fixing it. Boom! I love that half Nelson backbreaker. Such a brutal move. It's doing some big power moves here. Trying to really throw him around. Alright, let's dive on him. Well, you know, that really should just kill me when I miss. Ow. Is it intentional at this point that every time someone spells fiance, they spell the male version instead of the female version? So your fiance's still working hard. P.S. Have you guys finally gotten married or what? No, we haven't gotten married yet because I don't have a second piece of ID. In Ontario, you need 2 pieces of government ID to get your marriage license. I only have 1. It's really annoying. I can prove I'm me, but I can't prove I'm me enough times. So no, we're not married yet. But she's still working hard. Yes, she works insanely hard every day. It's insane. She needs to put up with fucking entitled Starbucks customers for like 10 hours a day while constantly going in for job interviews in like legal administration and assistant gigs. It's just, there's a lot of stiff competition nowadays for that where we live. Would a passport work? My passport's wildly out of date. I haven't gone out of country in a very long time. The only legal ID that I have that is still valid is a birth certificate. I don't have a driver's license because my cerebral palsy means I can't drive. So, no driver's license, and the replacement for that is an Ontario photo card, which I do not have because that also requires you have 2 pieces of government ID. Alright. Kill him. Low down. Love that move. And followed up with a big boy senton. There we go. That gets me some move variety points. Alright, hook the leg. Come on. Ah, I imagine. Everyone kicks out of the man breaker. I'll remind you, no one ever kicked out of drop the bar in 2K15. It was never kicked out of once. The man breaker gets kicked out of more times than it gets the pin. You also worked at Starbucks? You know how fucking bad it is then. She's worked there for 5 years off and on. Mostly on. Every once in a while she would quit, get a job, an illegal job for a few months, found it didn't work out, usually due to travel issues, and then would have to go back to Starbucks. She was promised a fucking promotion years ago. Apparently they're actually going through and giving her a promotion now because she routinely gets out the most amount of drinks in like the shortest amount of time at every location she's worked. I believe she's worked over 40 locations now because she'll often not get enough hours, so she takes hours at other stores. It's insane. Dylan says, can't get driver's license because I'm disabled. Can't claim disability because I can't prove I'm disabled. I'm used to this kind of retarded bullshit with paperwork. Yep, that's exactly my issue, is I can't claim disability benefits because the paperwork they require for it requires the original versions of my original diagnosis of having cerebral palsy. Those original papers are with a doctor I haven't seen since I was 9 years old. We do not know where she is anymore. We have papers that prove that could only be made if those original papers exist, and they say what's wrong with me, but they have a strict rule about requiring the originals in Ontario. So despite how I can prove it without a shadow of a doubt, I can't prove it in the exact way they want me to. Welcome to ODSP, the Ontario Service Plan for the Disabled. It doesn't function. You can get fucked on a technicality like crazy. My mom gets disability benefits because she's also disabled, and she was able to prove it with a recent thing because she proved it on her Ehlers-Danlos, not cerebral palsy, because she doesn't have cerebral palsy. We both have Ehlers-Danlos though, and she was only diagnosed with it in the last few years, so she still had the paperwork. So she's able to prove it, and it took them 8 months from when she submitted it, before they started giving her any kind of compensation. And I don't remember if it was retroactive or not. I don't think it was. It's horrendous. Because of our overpopulation problem in Ontario, our services are very slow. There we go. Ambrose goes down. Life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Is Taco Man becoming a meme? Because he sends so much money? It's a meme I can get behind.
Welcome back to the show. This is my guest tonight. Let's talk about what happened out there tonight. The landscape in WWE is wide open right now. What's next for you?
Title? Title, please? I guess I don't need an agenda.
I don't need an agenda. What I do in that ring, it speaks volumes. I put fear in people's eyes. I break bones. I dominate. And you know what? Everyone in that locker room is a target. No one is safe.
Thanks for the time. Back to you.
She has no input. She never has any input. Apparently the promo system in My Career Mode has been vastly improved for 2K17. They said that's something they really worked on, which I appreciate. I know that they said that they've been able to work on a lot more on 2K17. I know that they've been able to work a lot more on stuff in 2K17 in My Career Mode and whatnot, because they said that they didn't do a showcase mode this time. And because of that, they had so much extra time to work on the fundamentals, which I think is awesome, because I like the showcase mode, but I can do without it. I mean, I play through it once, and then I never play it again. So if it means the rest of the game is better, then I think that's a great trade-off. Put on a 4-star match or better. Okay, that's easy. Against The Undertaker. Well, I made him tap out once. No one's safe. Even you, punches Renee. Corkscrew elbow to Renee, 1, 2, 3. Referee backstage counts it for some reason. Yeah, Taco Man, you're a meme now. What's it like? They said they worked a bunch on Universe Mode as well. Yeah, I actually play a lot of Universe Mode in my spare time, just because it's fun. Look at this. You know, while stuff's rendering and whatnot.
It's payday, fellas!
$1 donation by Taco Man. What do you need to renew your passport? I actually don't know. I don't remember anymore. We looked it up and it's just not coming to me. I bet you the requirement for renewing your passport is 2 pieces of government ID, because it seems like that's the requirement for everything. You want ID? Have 2 pieces already. It's so dumb. My birth certificate might be enough. Maybe birth certificate and health card, because health card has a picture on it. But apparently, like, Ontario health card is not photo ID, despite having my ID and being having a fucking photo. Almost nothing will take an Ontario health card. I believe because they're easy to forge or something. I don't remember the reason. I think it's because it doesn't have your address on it. It doesn't count as government ID. It only counts for in a hospital. You need to have a health card. Oh, right, they made it so you can't follow up from that move anymore to get rid of the glitch of the previous game. Oh, shit. It'd be awesome if you launched me out of the ring with that. There's no chat liaison, but we do have a moderator in the chat. Ooh, leveled him. So we just need a 4-star or higher match, so we gotta do some diving moves in here. They're worth a lot of excitement points. Fuck. You must be a Canadian citizen, and your previous passport must have been issued when you were 16 years of age or older. My previous passport was probably issued when I was 9. So I'd probably just need an entirely new passport instead of renewing it. Rake the eyes. Alright, we're almost at 3-star. Let's go for the big boy senton, which really should raise it to a 5-star. You know, 1 big boy senton. Fuck. There we go. Let's just let him run out his critical. Who doesn't like shrimp? And his comeback is gone. I'm only just now getting my new passport. I'm in the UK and I need someone who's not related to me to write it down basically who I am. That's really annoying. Proof of Canadian citizenship, original only, a document to support your identity, 2 identical passport photos. God damn it. Yep, pretty sure I don't meet that requirement either. Welcome to Ontario. Everything needs to be Byzantine and stupid. Alright, let's get the chop block in. Favorite WWE game? I don't know what my favorite WWE game is, but my favorite wrestling game in general is Fire Pro Wrestling Returns. Hey, Beecroft. Hey, Beecroft, if you want to join in the call, the Discord's open, and all you have to do is let me know when you're in there so I can join in too. So my objective again this match is to get to a 4-star match or higher, and then it doesn't matter if I win or lose, but, you know, I'd like to win. Yeah, the Fellow Breaker really took out Undertaker. In fact, in general, I'm really taking out Undertaker. Look at the health bar differences. And his stats are way better than mine. Can't. Gotta go to bed soon. I hate you. Actually, Beecroft, you've got a match coming up on Sunday. This Sunday, you're going to be in a match. And also, not in that match, but in your match after that match, you're going to have slightly new ring attire. I actually made a graphic of your name to print along the side of your tights. I think it looks nice, because your tights were a little too plain in the game, so I actually made a little logo of your name to put along the side of your leg on your tights, and I think it looks cool. But you better win. I'm not telling you if you win or not. That would be a spoiler. Choke at the Undertaker! Alright, Undertaker, get up. I'm gonna crossbody him as soon as he gets up. Do you have a citizen card? I don't think so. All I have is a health card and a birth certificate. That's all I have. And like a fucking high school ID from forever ago. No, I do not have an Ontario photo card because that requires 2 pieces of government ID, which I do not have. That's the problem. Everything requires 2 pieces of government ID. To get more government ID in Ontario, you need 2 pieces of Ontario government ID. It's ridiculous. Ontario sucks. Yeah, chat's more focused right now on trying to figure out how to get me government ID so I can get married. Yeah, Fatima doesn't have this issue. She's already got a passport and a driver's license and a birth certificate. She's got 3 pieces of government ID right there. Alright, we can put him away now. Let's just dirty pin. Undertaker's a bitch. The things that it states will count as government-issued birth certificate, including change of name certificates, valid passport records, immigration, landing, Canadians, driver's license, valid Ontario photograph. I have literally one of the things you just listed. You're gonna marry, congrats. Thanks, Beecroft. I've been engaged for like 5 years. It's just, you know, I don't have enough ID to get married. Fatima and I want to, but I don't have enough ID. I wish I could just show them my fucking YouTube channel and be like, see that guy right there? That proves that I've lived in Canada for the entire 7 years you can watch of the channel. You can see the room I'm recording and broadcasting in. There are literally 31,000 people that can vouch that I am me. Oh my god. Student authorization, study permit. Don't have either of those. Again, literally all I have is birth certificate and an Ontario health card. Unless those count, then don't know what I can do. Just get more ID. That's the thing. To get an Ontario ID card, which is the replacement for a driver's license if you're like me and you're crippled and can't drive, it requires 2 pieces of government ID. So to get a second piece of a government ID, you need to already have 2. Passport counts, but what if your passport is expired when you're 9? Well, then you can't get a new one. Because you need 2 pieces of government ID. Seeing a bit of a loophole here, Ontario, province where the majority of Canadians live. You haven't fixed this one yet? Perform 3 aerial moves off the turnbuckle. I'm going to do top turnbuckle to be safe. Get a Canadian tattoo and use it as ID. I feel like I can prove without a shadow of a doubt that I live here. Can I show my Facebook profile and show that I clearly went to high school here? Go to another state and get government ID there. We don't have states, we have provinces. And I can't. I don't have the money to just travel out of province and get an ID. Plus, I think we have rules about that, about clearly trying to get around the rules of the province I live in. I'm pretty sure we have rules against that. When are we playing Payday again? I really don't know. I'm so busy. Like, I gotta finish this game before October when the next game comes out. And I got so many voiceovers doing stuff. I got so many things to do on YouTube. I just have so much to do, but I want to play more Payday. I especially want to play more Payday 2 with you. Sorry, I can't say nice things without being sarcastic. It's the Ontario way. Flip-de-doo! I should have broken my knees on that. Yes, one top rope move. Let's do the lowdown next. Nope, did the same one again. Oh my god, he's just dead out there. Look at his health. Oh my god. This is brutal. Fuck, that one bit me. Isn't provinces a medieval concept? No. Most countries have provinces. OHIP card is available. Again, I do not stop naming things I don't have. I do not have an OHIP card. Not identification, as long as the number is not recorded. Why not recorded? I don't even know what the hell an OHIP card is. Isn't an OHIP card that fucking, if you did that kind of, if you did intern work in high school? Public school record. We don't have public schools. Or, we don't call them that here. And plus, I have, like, old high school ID that shows I went to high school here. That doesn't count, though. Even though it's got photos of me and I look the same, but with a beard. Starbucks special card. I don't think that counts. Gonna go ahead and say they don't do rigorous background checks at Starbucks. Hey, the Dawes. Alright, we need to put away Neville. What's our mission here? Okay, we already did our mission. Alright, I really need stamina. Ontario Health Insurance Plan is what OHIP is. I don't think I have health insurance. So, the health card, is that just what they call the Ontario Health Card? Because we just call it an Ontario Health Card. If so, then I have one. OHIP card is available as valid photo identification as long as the number is not recorded. What does that mean? Is against the law for anyone who is not involved in provincial healthcare to record an OHIP number. However, a lot of companies have either misconstrued this so it's not valid or they blank. What the fuck does... What number? What number are they talking about? And how do I know if it's recorded or not? And recorded by who, for that matter? I hate Ontario. God. Get arrested and use criminal record as ID? That's the thing, though. I don't know if they can ID me. Ontario sucks. And again... This is the highest... This is our California. This is our highest populated province. Fuck you, Neville. I hate Canada. The Maritime provinces are the only Canadian provinces worth living in. Go live in the islands to the east. They're really nice, actually. I'm telling you. If I ever get a lot of money... enough money to move to a place where the living cost is actually lower and I get the money to make the move. Halifax, man. Moving over to Nova Scotia. Halifax is a much nicer province.
Please join me in welcoming my guest tonight. Let's talk about Neville. Is there something you want to tell him tonight?
Canadian citizenship card with photo. Do you have one? If I how many times do I need to say I have a health card and a birth certificate? That is all that is in my wallet. I do not even have money in it. I do not have credit cards. That is all I have. I'm the best.
Does he
I'm
really
the best.
think he can go toe-to-toe with me? I am the most talented superstar in sports entertainment today. I'd be surprised if he lasted 5 minutes with me. I have the full package, the brains, the athleticism, the agility. He can't say the same about himself. It's almost unfair, isn't it?
Is British Columbia good? Been thinking about moving there.
You were mentioned
Living
by Triple H
costs
as
are
one of
awful.
the bright young stars in WWE.
Not
What do
as
you
bad
think
as
about
here,
that?
but bad. Very bad, especially in Vancouver. Don't move to Vancouver. Good lord, living costs in Vancouver. You mentioned my Triple H as a bright young star. I'm honored.
It's an honor, especially coming from our COO and one of the most accomplished superstars of our generation. He knows greatness when he sees it. And if he needs another top superstar in the authority, he's got it.
If you don't have a Canadian citizenship covered, you're an illegal immigrant. I'm not an immigrant.
Thanks for the time. Back
I was
to
born
you.
in the Dunville Hospital. I'm sure there were witnesses. Ask my mom. I think she might have been a witness. Make a great video game with your photo in it. Use that as ID. At that point, I think I can use my YouTube channel as ID to prove I've lived here for 7+ years. I should be able to use my old high school ID to show that I have indeed gone to school here. I don't know, I feel like I got a lot of people's testimonies. I got a friend who knew me when I was like 1, and we still talk like once a year on Facebook, and he vouch. Alright, what time is it? It's like 11:20. I think I'm gonna end the stream now. All we're talking about is Ontario health cards anyway. You're right, make a shitty flash point-click game. No, one step better, Mad Librarian. Don't use that as ID. Put it on Flash Trash, and then use the Flash Trash video of my game as ID. What about Bran? Bran met me in high school. He met me in late high school, actually, so he can't vouch that I was born here. Alright. I think it's a good time to end it. Thank you everybody for watching. If you want to support me without spending a dime, use TAD on your phones. The TAD application, link in the description of everything I do. Is Toronto separate from Ontario? No, Toronto is is a city in Ontario. It's our highest populated city in Canada. In fact, I lived in Toronto 4 months ago for about a year and a week. And yeah, Toronto is the capital of Ontario, but the capital of Canada is Ottawa, which is also in Ontario. It's really confusing. The capital of Canada is Ottawa, which is in Ontario, but it's not the capital of Ontario. That's Toronto. Welcome to Canada. We don't need to make sense. Thank you for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.